50,000 rupees gaming PC, the perfect spot for most of the gamers, and also offers great balance between price and performance. Well, today in this video we'll be building the best possible gaming PC in that price segment. Hey guys, this is Vimal here and welcome back to another video on my channel. So today's video is going to be like super lit because I'm back with a brand new gaming PC build video. So a few days ago, if you guys remember, I made a video on a 50,000 rupees gaming PC versus a gaming laptop. If you haven't seen that video, that's a very interesting one guys. Make sure to see that. I'll leave a link to that in the card above. So in that video, what I've seen was 90% of you guys were commenting like, hey Vimal, can you make a video on that 50,000 rupees gaming PC? We really want to see that and have a special video on that, and that is why I thought, chalo, why not today I will make a video on that 50,000 rupees gaming PC only. So in this video I'll be showing you all the components that I've used in that build. I'll tell you why I've chosen those particular parts for that price, and I'll also be showing you the complete assembling and the installation procedure as well. And lastly, we'll also be checking out the performance, what kind of performance this 50,000 rupees PC will offer. And also guys, make sure to watch this video till the end, because in between I'll be giving you some tips, like if you have a bit less budget or if you have a bit more budget than 50k, I'll tell you alternative parts you can go for, so you can get the best possible performance for the price you're paying. Alright, then let's get started with the video. Alright, so first let's talk about the components that I'll be using in today's PC build. The first and the most important component in a PC is a CPU guys. You definitely need to have a good CPU so you'll get better performance. And for the price range of around 50,000 rupees, I have chosen AMD's Ryzen 2nd Gen CPU, the Ryzen 5 2600X. Even though it's a bit old CPU, I would say it offers great performance even today for the price you're paying. It costs only around like 13,000 rupees, and for that price you're getting a 6-core 12-thread CPU with a boost clock frequency of around 4.2 GHz. So that was about the CPU. Now let's move on to the second component, GPU. GPU is the most important component in a gaming PC guys. Without a good GPU, you won't get good frame rates. That's why try to invest more in a GPU, especially if you're considering mainly this build for gaming only. So the GPU that I have chosen for this 50,000 rupees PC build is NVIDIA's GTX 1660 Super, and the model is from Inno3D guys. It's the Twin X2 edition, comes with 2 fans and has 6 GB of GDDR6 memory. Now this one offers the best possible performance in this price segment guys. So I would recommend you to go with 1660 Super. And one more thing I'd like to mention over here is this is a gaming PC build focused mainly for gamers, right? For gaming, GPU is very important and CPU comes second. That's why we've gone with the Ryzen 5 2600X coupled with GTX 1660 Super. But again, if you're building a creativity or productivity build for around 50,000 rupees, what I would suggest is invest a bit more in the CPU segment rather than GPU. You can upgrade from 2nd gen to Ryzen 3rd gen 3600X, and instead of a 1660 Super, you can maybe go with a 1650 Super. So by getting a powerful CPU, that will help you more in the productivity segment. So depending on your type of requirement, you can change the parts like that. Okay, so that was about the CPU and GPU. Going next, let's talk about the motherboard. The motherboard I'll be using today is from Gigabyte, and the model is AB350N Gaming Wi-Fi Edition. Now this is a very good motherboard and almost my favorite motherboard in budget price segment. I'll tell you why. Because this is a 350 series motherboard. That means it's a bit old motherboard. The benefit is, since it's old, the price of this motherboard has come down to very less, like around only 6,500 or 800 rupees, and for that price segment this motherboard offers great features. It's a mini ITX motherboard, gaming motherboard, comes with some RGB lighting as well, and the best part about it is it comes with built-in Bluetooth and Wi-Fi. Like for that price segment, there is no motherboard that will offer you built-in Bluetooth and Wi-Fi. That's why I really prefer this motherboard. It supports both AMD Ryzen 2nd Gen CPUs as well as 3rd Gen CPUs. But for 3rd Gen Ryzen CPUs, you need to update the BIOS on this motherboard, which you can do very easily. So that was about the motherboard. We'll talk about the pricing details of all these components definitely at a later part in this video, so stay tuned for that. So that was about the motherboard. Keeping that aside, let's talk about the RAM. Here I would like to mention guys, for exactly 50,000 rupees you will only be getting a single 8 GB RAM stick, and I would recommend you to go with Corsair's Vengeance 8 GB DDR4 RAM stick, because it's only available for like 3,000 rupees and offers good performance for that price. But if you have extra 3,000 rupees, like if you can arrange 3,000 rupees extra, I would definitely recommend you to install one more 8 GB in a dual configuration setup and go with 16 GB of total RAM, because that will bring a huge improvement in your gaming segment. Dual RAM will definitely bring a huge improvement. But since I don't have two of these Corsair Vengeance RAMs, what I have to do is I have went with an alternative from HyperX. This is a Fury RGB RAM. So yeah, I'll be using a 16 GB kit in this video from HyperX. So that was about the RAM, and the case that I'm using is from Corsair, guys. Now here comes a great advantage, because usually you have to buy a case and a power supply separately, right? But the case that I'm using from Corsair is special because it comes with a free power supply built in it, and the model of this cabinet is Corsair Spec 05. So this is a great gaming case that comes with an acrylic side panel and looks really stylish. It also has a beautiful red LED fan built in on the front side, and the best part, as I've told you just now, is it comes with a free power supply. So this case comes in two variants. One is it comes with a 550 watt power supply, and the other one is a 650 watt power supply. Depending on the price you have, you can choose between any of these two. So the one we have today is the 650 watt power supply variant, and it costs only around like 6,500 rupees, guys. But if you think that 650 watt is not necessary for you, then you can go with the 550 watt power supply variant, and that is like 500 or 800 rupees less. You can save some money over there. And lastly, coming to the storage section, I am using a 240 GB SSD. 240 GB SSD will cost you around like 3,000 rupees. You can go with any brand, because most of these brands have a similar price range, and you'll get them for around like 3,000 rupees only. So these are the components, guys. I think we covered all of them. Yes, so these are the components that we'll be using in today's 50,000 rupees PC build. So let's get started with the assembling. Assembling a PC is very simple. Just watch my video till the end and make sure to follow all my steps one by one. The first thing you need to do is install the CPU on the motherboard. The MOBO comes with an AM4 socket. You just need to lift this lever up like this, take the CPU out of the box and gently drop it in the socket. But before that, always make sure to check and align the gold triangle on the CPU with the engraved triangle on the socket. Once you check that properly, gently place the CPU, and also keep in mind to never touch the bottom side, as the CPU pins can be very delicate. Now pull the lever back down to finish the installation. And that's it, we're done with the CPU. Next we need to move on to the cooler. Since this is a budget PC and we won't be doing any sort of overclockings also, you don't need to buy a separate air or liquid cooler. We'll be using AMD's stock cooler only, the Wraithspire, which we got free with the CPU. Installing it is very simple. Just put it on top of the processor, align it properly and fix all the 4 screws on all the 4 corners. This stock cooler already comes with some pre-applied thermal paste. That's why I didn't apply separately on the CPU. If your cooler doesn't have that, then you need to apply some paste on your CPU. And we are done with the installation of the cooler as well. Now comes the RAM. The motherboard has 2 RAM slots, as you can see, and we'll be filling up both of them with 2 8 GB DDR4 RAM sticks from HyperX. Just open the lever, check the notch and RAM direction and push it hardly until the lever locks itself. There you go. In the same way, install the second one. And that's it, you've successfully installed the RAM. Now time to place the motherboard in our cabinet. The Corsair Spec 05 is a mid-tower ATX gaming case and supports all motherboard sizes from Mini ITX to ATX. Before installing the motherboard, don't forget to fix the I/O shield in your cabinet. After you're done with that, take the MOBO and align it properly such that the mounts on the cabinet match with the screw holes on your motherboard. Now take some cabinet screws and start fixing the motherboard. Go in a zigzag pattern and don't over tighten them too much, as that may damage the board. So guys, we're almost 50% done with the build. The next step you need to do is install the graphics card. You always need to install the GPU in the PCI slot closest to your CPU, and since there is only one PCI slot on this board, we'll be using that only. Just open the lever, place the GPU on top of it and push it gently until the lever locks itself. And there you go, your GPU has also been successfully installed. Now all that is left is to connect the power supply cables. The PSU came already fitted in the cabinet, right? So that saved me a lot of time. Connecting the cables is also very simple, there is nothing complicated here. These are the main and the most important cables you have to check for. One is a 24-pin motherboard power cable, second is a 8-pin CPU power cable, then a 8-pin PCI cable for the GPU, and lastly the front I/O panel connectors. So depending on the motherboard model you have, these connectors are placed at different positions. Just refer to the particular user manual and connect all of them properly at their respective ports. And that's it, you'll also be done with the connections. I'll just connect everything and be right back to continue the video. Alright, I'm back and completely done with the build. Now people don't complain about the cable management or anything. This is a budget cabinet, right? So you won't have any covers or shrouds to hide all the cables and wirings. But still, I think we've done a decent job over here. Now it's finally time to power it on and see how this 50k gaming PC build looks like. Here we go! Oh wow, now that is what I call simple, minimalistic, yet beautiful looking PC. The Specco 5 cabinet looks quite attractive, right? It's a great case on a budget. If you remove the PSU, the price of this case is only around 2500 rupees. Like damn, that is very affordable, right? And I guess this is the only case that offers a transparent panel on the side at such a low price. Keep in mind that the panel is not glass, it's an acrylic panel, so there are chances that it easily attracts smudges and scratches, so be a bit careful about that. Just look at those beautiful RGB components on the inside. Not bad for a 50k PC, right? They look awesome. We've managed to get both looks as well as performance at this price point. That FRGB fan you see at the back doesn't come free with the case, you have to buy it separately, but the good thing is it's a very budget friendly fan from Aerocool called the Cosmo 12 and costs only 350 rupees. The Fury RGB from HyperX are also a nice looking RAM, but they're a bit expensive. As I mentioned before, you can go with the Corsair Vengeance 16GB kit, and that'll get your job done for this budget. On the overall, it's a great build with decent RGB lighting. So here's the setup that I'll be using for today's video. The monitor that I'm using is from LG. It's a 24-inch frameless 1080p IPS color calibrated infinity display and costs around 12,000 rupees, while the other peripherals are from Corsair. I'll leave links to all of them in the description box below. Alright, finally time to talk about the performance. Let's jump into the gaming section. We'll be playing two of the most demanded games by you guys. Let's start with GTA 5. We'll be playing GTA 5 at 1080p resolution and the graphics are set to Ultra, which is a max possible option. And you people can keep an eye on the frame rate at the top right corner of the monitor. Oh my god, you guys seen that? We were getting an average frame rate of around 100 frames per second in GTA 5. Holy smokes, that is insane for a 50k PC. And keep in mind, I haven't overclocked or done anything to the components. Everything is running at stock settings. That is awesome, right? And if you step down the graphic settings one step down to high mode, you will easily get around 120 frames per second. Now that is what I'm talking about. The gameplay feels buttery smooth without any sort of lags or stutters anywhere. Just have a look at it so you'll get an idea on the gameplay. Now let's move on to the second most requested game, Doom Eternal. We're playing this game also at 1080p resolution with the graphics set to Ultra. So let's see how it performs. Damn guys, buttery smooth gameplay experience. We were easily maintaining around 120 frames per second. Just look at that gameplay. I'm completely enjoying this experience. I have to tell guys, no laptop around this price can reach this level of performance. You'll have a great time playing AAA title games on this PC. Okay, time to wrap it up. Let's talk about the pricing. First, starting with the CPU. AMD's Ryzen 5 2600X costs around 13,000 rupees. The GTX 1660 Super from Inno3D will cost you around 19,000 rupees. The motherboard from Gigabyte AB350N is available in the offline market for around 6,500, and the Corsair Specco 5 case with the power supply will cost you 6,400 rupees. I haven't told you about the RAM, right? Each of the 8GB Vengeance RAM from Corsair will cost you 3000 rupees. Now, depending on the budget you have, you can either go for 8GB or 16GB configuration. And lastly, talking about the storage, go with the 240GB SSD from any brand. It'll cost you around 3000 rupees. So based on that, the total price of this PC will come down to 50,900 rupees. And this is the best gaming PC you can build for that price. Well guys, that's it for today I guess. I hope you all enjoyed the video and got to learn a lot. So for the next PC, let me know the budget you want me to go with, and also mention if you want me to play any other games apart from these of your choice in the comment section down below. Make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more new awesome videos. And I'll see you in my next one.